FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
But you guys all sort of alluded to the new audience, basically this growing audience of gamers who weren't gamers 2 years ago. And what I want to know is, are they reading anything that you write? Are they, I mean, seriously, are the people who are coming in and picking up a Wii because their buddy next door has a Wii and he just wants to bowl, are they actually going out and reading New York Times, USA Today, everything that you guys are writing and putting out there? Or are they just kind of talking to their friends, going into the game store and seeing what's there?
Talk to Nintendo. I mean, they'll tell you. I mean, like, when we reviewed Wii Fit, that was in the style section, right? The Thursday style section, which is basically for metrosexuals and women. But we did that on the on the front of this Thursday style section. And I think Nintendo would tell you that's a huge ability to get to people, the housewives, the casual person who just wants a light workout, to read about Wii Fit, and they might not hear about it otherwise because they're not reading gaming magazines, but they are reading Thursday styles in the New York Times.
Well, that kind of leads to my question then for you guys. Is that changing the way you write? I mean, knowing that.
Sure. I don't have the metrics with me, but I do know that my editors who are 50 and above want more game stories in the paper. Then online, we're getting lots of readership on games. I mean, the monthly NPD sales story I do online alone is one of the highest rated tech stories on our website that, for that week. So I think people are reading it. I think we're going to try, at USA Today, we're trying to do a better coverage online in the paper. We don't do any reviews. It was a decision made about 2 years ago that people don't come to USA Today for game reviews. They come to us for coverage of the industry, trends and new releases, and we're trying to do more things like first looks. So I actually think I'm going to be doing more work. I don't have anybody else to help me, in print that much right now, but I think there's more of a demand for what we do right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the interesting question is like the Wii phenomenon, what's happening there. It's those folks are. They're certainly buying Wiis and buying Wii Fits, but are they going to graduate to become quote-unquote gamers? They're buying a lot of product, and we'll read Seth's review of The Lost of Dan and say, hey, now that I have a Wii Fit, I should go buy an Xbox and play this. I mean, I don't think that's happening yet, and the question is, if that's not happening, is it really sort of a bifurcated audience that you have the gamers, and then you have these sort of more mainstream folks? And I think about that a lot because certainly like my TV show is not geared necessarily towards that audience at all, and we're on a channel which is young men 18 to 34, so they're the guys that are interested in, well, what's Nintendo doing for the hardcore gamer? But the Wii audience, do they even want to consume reviews and information about if you like Wii Fit, you'll like these other games, or are they getting that information somewhere else? And I don't know if any of us are really catering. I mean, Seth, do you think like your reviews there, I mean, the people that they read about in the style section Wii Fit, are they then more likely to read your review in the art section?
I think so, because remember that broader customer is not reading the enthusiast websites. They're not They're not on GAF. They're not they're not reading The Escapist. They're not reading Edge. They're reading People Magazine, and maybe the New York Times, depending on their intellectual sophistication, right. Or whatever whatever it happens to be, right? But they're not self-identifying. They're not going out and buying specialist publications. They're reading the New Yorker or New Republic or whatever it happens to be, and hopefully the New York Times. So I do think so. And when you want to reach that broader customer, these people are not self-segmenting themselves out. So you've got to go where they live, which is, I think, the mainstream media. So I do think so. And I think it's a way for us to continue to be relevant.